Good morning one and all, my name's April, I'm a cross-dresser and I live in Suffolk. Right guys, I was going to tell you about my drinking side of my life, the alcohol side. When I was 17, 18 years old, I used to be like all the other boys, be down the pub with my mates, drinking pints, playing darts, playing pool, having a great time. Out playing in my cars, motorbikes, I was into my motorbikes. Yeah, had a lovely, my early years were fantastic. I couldn't drink huge amounts, I never really had a huge drinking capacity. But I tended to be the nominated driver. I'd usually have a couple of pints of shandy and I'd be the nominated driver. So if we were going somewhere, I'd be the driver. And I was good on my drinking. Once I decided I was only going to have a couple of pints, that's all I'd have. I wouldn't go over the top. So in my earliest days, that's how I used to be. Didn't tend to go to the nightclubs. I wasn't particularly interested in girls at the time. It's more a boys' time. The motorbikes, the cars, the drinking, the pool, the darts, that sort of thing. It was really enjoyable. That's how I met my gay partner. Started off just being a drinking partner, and then it blossomed from there. And it was a lovely, lovely time in my life. Looking back on it now, I can see it. But at the time, I didn't think it was where I wanted to be. I thought there was other places I'd rather be in a conventional relationship. So how wrong was I? So anyway, my drinking basically stuck at that. A couple of pints. I met my wife through the pubs. She had a full-time job, but in the evening she used to go pulling pints. And I met her down the pub pulling pints. And she poured me a pint, I bought her a drink, and that's how our relationship started. Once we got married and the children came along, the drinking had to slow down a little bit. Still went out drinking, but not as often as we used to. Obviously we had to look after the children. There's always at least somebody at home looking after the children. So if the wife was down the pub pulling pints, I'd be at home. Or if I was out working, the wife would have to be at home. So that's how that worked. So that whittled the drinking down a little bit. Also, what I was doing, being a young couple with a family, as you all know, it's really, really expensive. With all the bills, the mortgage payments and the bills coming in, we had to work hard to pay the bills. The wife had a couple of jobs. She did pub work. She also done bookkeeping, which she has only recently given up, the bookkeeping. I, being a motor mechanic, it's easy to find work being a motor mechanic because there's always people wanting their cars worked on. So I was always working during the evenings, at weekends. I was working at the garage during the week, and the weekends I was working on friends' cars. So yes, so plenty of work, but a lot of the work came through the pubs, because you'd go down the pub for a drink and somebody there would ask you to do a job on their car. And this got to the point where I could not go out down the pub without somebody collaring me to do a job on their car. And I didn't want that, because I'd go down the pub to enjoy myself, not to go down and collect jobs. It was just a time to try and get away from it all. And it got to the point where I got fed up with that. So what we started doing is we started drinking at pubs further afield. So we'd go out for a meal and a drink somewhere else. But the problem there is you can't drink and drive. So that whittled down the drinking even further. And eventually got to the point where I just stopped. There's no one particular thing that happened to make me stop. It was just a combination of one thing and another. And I didn't need it. You know, it was a social thing. It wasn't that I needed to go out for a drink. It was just a social thing. So, still go out. If I go out for a meal at a restaurant, I might have a pint of bitter, or bitter shandy, something like that. But I don't go out to drink. Oh, there's a real muddy bit here. Trying to pick a route. I haven't got a choice, I don't think. Oh. right on fruit. Yeah, so I don't miss the drink, and I still will go out for a meal and we'll have something like a cappuccino or a soft drink. It doesn't have to be alcohol anymore. Trying to untwist the leads here, guys. There we go. So yes, my drinking stopped. So now I will go out for a drink at Christmas time with my mum and dad, or my dad, sorry. My mum doesn't come out drinking. My dad is a traditional thing we've got. Every Christmas Day, I'll go and pick my dad up and I'll take him out for a drink. We go for an hour, say 12 o'clock to 1 o'clock, Christmas Day, have a pint and a natter, and then I'll take my dad home so he can have his Christmas dinner, and I go home to ours and make Christmas dinner at ours. And that's a traditional thing I've done for years. Are we going that way then, guys? Go on in. Off you go. Don't think there's anybody coming in there. Go on in, off you go. Go on, sit. There we go. So, yeah, so my drinking has stopped. I'm trying to think the last time I went out for a drink would have been when I went for a meal with my mum and dad. They took me to a restaurant, and my eldest sister said, "What would you like to drink?" And I said, "I don't know." I said, "What do girls drink?" And she got me a G&T, a gin and tonic. I had some wine as well. My father bought a bottle of wine for the table, and I'm not a wine drinker, so I've got to really find a drink that suits. Not sure yet. I don't go out drinking enough at the moment to actually have whittled down which drink to order, but I shall find out in due course. But yeah, my drinking history is basically zero. Cappuccinos, cups of tea, juice. When I'm at work, I take a bottle of juice every day. Yes, that's it. That's my drinking history. So anyway, guys, I'm going to sign out now, and I shall speak to you later. Bye-bye.